You just said you're an action over words guy. Help me decipher this from a highly respected person who covers the NBA. If you don't mind translating this for me or telling me what it means. Quote, I have some speculation. There's a couple of outlandish stuff that I'm not going to say right now because I'd get in trouble. I wish I could tell you more, and I know I shouldn't tease you about the Cavs. Who said that, Brian? Who said that?
I said it, and apparently
Yes.
I did get in trouble with it. I had Cavs players reaching out to me asking what they were doing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what do we have today?
Well, this is what happens. Somebody could take something out of this. We've been talking for 20 minutes. Somebody could take 3 sentences out of this, and it would sound like, it sounded like I came on to that show and right out of the gate said, get ready for this. Here's the big news. And I just said outlandish.
Okay.
Outlandish. I'll tell you one thing, I'll never say it again.
Well, okay.
I was speaking about the Cavs are kind of in a similar boat, not the exact same, but they're in a similar boat as the Phoenix Suns. They traded so much for Donovan Mitchell that they don't have a lot. They don't have draft picks to trade. Their books are stuffed, and they don't have a lot of spare role players either. And so they have to get kind of creative. And, there were some things that they may have kicked the tires on, which is what I was referring to, that I found interesting and unlikely and unpredictable and things that I couldn't have foreseen.
Yes.
And people ran wild with it. Next thing you know, you got Darius Garland being traded for Damian Lillard. And so that was my fault. I should not have used the word outlandish in free agency week. I was talking about them going after some moves at the edge on some players I didn't think they'd be able to acquire, and they're not going to be able to acquire them. I was actually trying to compliment their front office for trying to be creative. Instead, I gave them a giant headache because everybody's now thinking they're going to trade for, LeBron, Steph Curry, and Nikola Jokic by Friday. So I will never again use the word outlandish in that way, and I will be very, very plain. And the Cavs are not within hours. It was like, Darius Garland. I was like, no, the Cavs are not trading Darius Garland.
Okay.
That's what happens. You know what happened yesterday, Rich? It was ridiculous, but this is where we are. At Get Up, 8:01 a.m., the first topic out of the 7:01 in Central where I live, first topic out of the gate, we're talking about the Sixers on Get Up. Mm-hmm. Second topic at about 8:03 is the Blazers and Dame Lillard.
Yep.
And so I start talking about the Blazers, and I say the word six. I caught myself. I almost said Sixers because I was just talking about the Sixers 4 seconds earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually said, I corrected myself. I said, I mean Blazers. And people actually thought that I was making a slip and that I was saying that Dame Lillard was actually going to the Sixers. And if you take that just that clip out and don't realize that 11 seconds earlier I was talking about the Sixers, and it was just, stumbling over the words. And that's where we're at right now.
Yep.
Is that everyone's analyzing the words.
The vagaries of being an influencer of note, Brian Windhorst. The vagaries, it's your lot in life. So I'm glad I gave you a chance to clear that up. And I guess the lack of options that you talked about the Cavs roster is maybe why Daryl Morey asked for literally everything plus the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for Tobias Harris.
That was a very interesting story. Now, I actually really respect that reporter, so I'm not going to say anything. But the Cavs, if the Sixers asked the Cavs for a first-round pick, the Cavs would have gotten very, very excited because it would have been news to them they had a first-round pick to trade.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.